Huge news for the Noles today as a four-star quarterback told Ohio State see ya and picked the Noles as his destination. Hey guys, I'm TJ Pinger. Thanks for coming to the channel. Thanks for watching this video. I know it's an exciting one, so I probably don't have to thank you that much. Throw me a goal Noles in the comments if you're hyped about today's commitment. Breaking news today as four-star quarterback Brock Glenn decided to decommit from Ohio State, and he chose FSU just a few weeks before early signing day. The Noles pick up the number 22 quarterback in the class, according to 247 Sports. And this commitment is one that Mike Norvell and Tony Tokarz deserve all the credit in the world for. Let's back up briefly. Over the summer, when Chris Parson was still committed, FSU made their intentions known that they wanted to take a second quarterback. They invited a few quarterbacks in. They made Parson aware of what they were searching for. And Parson and his camp weren't huge fans of this. One of those quarterbacks was Brock Glenn, who FSU showed a pretty big partiality to and certainly wanted in their class. Parson and his camp decided to decommit and took their talents elsewhere. FSU went pretty all in on Brock Glenn, and it seemed like the Noles would land the talented four-star prospect, maybe upgrade from Chris Parson, and play their cards right. But at the last minute, the talented four-star picked Ohio State, and the Noles were left with no QB. They haven't had a QB in that class since then. However, the recruitment wasn't quite over. FSU remained in contact with Glenn and continued to recruit him. They recently visited Glenn during one of his games. Today is a huge win for Mike Norvell and his staff. I've been told by sources close to the recruitment that a question about Mike Norvell's longevity at FSU was really important to Glenn and his camp. After only winning 8 games in 2 years, it wasn't a certainty that Mike Norvell would be here into the distant future. But now, with 7 wins under his belt and 2 or 3 more on the way, Mike has entrenched himself. And I believe that was a big part of what made Glenn more comfortable and ended up leading to his decision to pick the Noles. Glenn is 6'2" and just under 200 pounds. He gets the ball out very quickly, and he's very athletic. FSU has liked what they've seen from Glenn for a long time, and they went out and got him. They made it happen, and a huge hats off to the staff for it. We did a video yesterday talking about how big QB recruiting was going to play into this class and into the future for Mike Norvell. You have Jordan Travis, Tate Rodemaker, and A.J. Duffy on your roster right now, and getting Brock Glenn in this class is huge because you keep that QB room stocked. Nobody knows just what's going to happen with Jordan Travis yet. Does he stay? Does he go? How does him staying or going impact the 2 other scholarship quarterbacks on the roster? Personally, I have a hard time thinking that both AJ and Tate stick around if Jordan Travis is the starter next season and the Noles have Brock Glenn on the roster, especially all of this considering they're bringing in a top 10 quarterback the year after in Luke Krummenhoek. The Noles have a very solid class right now. Not one that I'd call elite just yet. Not one that's on the verge of top 5 or anything like that. But with the QB position being solidified just weeks out from early signing day, they're going to pull in, dare I say, a good class. We know what they can do in the portal. But now that it's at the high school ranks, maybe it's proving a little bit of a concept that we said earlier in the summer and we've said through this year. That if wins on the field would take place, recruiting would follow. Now in year 3, Florida State's certainly not to the level of recruiting that they should be at, but the level of play hasn't been where it should be at over the last couple of years. It's not an instant turnaround. You don't just all of a sudden beat LSU and then jump into a top 5 class. It takes time to build and sell that message. And it looks like with a 5-star and Hakeem Williams committed, other talented and elite prospects being committed to the Noles, they're on the path to making that a reality. You guys heard doubters and haters all summer say that no matter what, Norvell would never win here and he'd never recruit well here. Well, he's got room to go in both. But he's on the verge of a potential 10-win season, and he's looking like he might be getting up close towards a top 15, maybe even pushing up a little higher than that as far as his class ranking goes. So don't listen to the haters and don't listen to the doubters. Things are trending in the right direction, and today's pickup of a talented top 4 prospect that Florida State stole away from the Buckeyes, who are undefeated right now, is proof of that. Do me a favor and comment your thoughts below on the huge pickup for the Noles. Again, if you don't have anything else to say, just say go Noles and let's get after it. What do you guys think is next? Who do you guys think is next? And how high can this class actually climb? I'm TJ Pittenger, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Go Noles.